Hey there DIYers, let's talk about a staple in every woodworker's arsenal, 3/4-inch plywood. This stuff is like the pickup truck of the shop, versatile, reliable, and tough as nails. Whether you're building cabinets, framing a wall, or tackling a weekend project, chances are you'll be reaching for a sheet of this workhorse material. These layers, called plies, are stacked with their grain directions alternating, which gives plywood its strength and stability. The 3/4-inch refers to its thickness, and let me tell you that extra oomph over thinner plywood makes a world of difference in terms of strength and rigidity. In this guide, we'll dive deeper into the world of 3/4-inch plywood, so grab your safety glasses and let's get started. Before we jump into the nitty-gritty of plywood, let's take a moment to understand what sets it apart from its natural counterpart, solid wood. Solid wood, as its name suggests, is a single piece of lumber cut directly from a tree. It's what comes to mind when you think of traditional woodworking. Think oak tables, cherry cabinets, and maple cutting boards. Plywood, on the other hand, is an engineered wood product. It's made by layering thin sheets of wood veneer together with adhesive, creating a composite panel that's strong, stable, and less prone to warping or cracking than solid wood. Unlike solid wood, which can expand and contract with changes in humidity, plywood holds its shape much better, making it ideal for applications where consistency is key. While it may not have the same natural character as solid wood, plywood offers versatility and affordability that's hard to beat. Walk into any lumberyard and you'll be greeted by a wall of plywood options, each with its own set of characteristics and ideal uses. The sheer variety can be daunting, but understanding the basics can make your decision much easier. Don't let the choices overwhelm you. With a little knowledge, you can navigate through the options like a pro. Once you understand the differences, selecting the right plywood for your project becomes a breeze. Each type of plywood is designed with specific applications in mind, ensuring you get the best results for your work. First up, we have sanded plywood, which is your go-to choice for projects where appearance matters. This type of plywood is perfect for furniture, cabinetry, and other visible structures. It's sanded smooth on both sides, making it ready for painting, staining, or applying a clear finish. The smooth surface ensures a professional look for your finished product. Sheathing plywood, on the other hand, is all about strength and affordability. It's not about looks, but about providing a sturdy foundation. It's typically used for structural applications like wall sheathing, roofing underlayment, and subfloors. This type of plywood is essential for the structural integrity of buildings. For outdoor projects, look no further than exterior plywood. This type is built to endure the harsh conditions outside. It's made with waterproof glue and specifically designed to withstand the elements. Whether it's rain, sun, or wind, exterior plywood holds up. If you're working on a project that requires a bit of bending plywood is your friend. It's flexible and can be shaped to fit curves and unique designs. And finally, for projects demanding a high level of moisture resistance, there's marine plywood. This is the top choice for any project that will be exposed to water. It's made with waterproof glue and top-quality veneers, making it ideal for boat building, docks, and other marine applications. With marine plywood, you can be confident that your project will stand the test of time, even in the harshest conditions. Now let's talk about veneer. These thin sheets of wood are what give plywood its finished look, and their quality plays a big role in the overall appearance of your project. Veneer grades range from A to D, with A being the highest quality and D being, well, let's just say it's best kept hidden. A-grade veneer is free of knots, blemishes, and color variations. B-grade veneer allows for a few minor imperfections, like small knots or slight color variations. C-grade veneer is where things start to get a little rough around the edges. It can have larger knots, noticeable color variations, and even some filled-in voids. And then there's D-grade veneer, which is the most economical but also the most forgiving in terms of appearance. Remember, plywood is typically graded by the quality of its face and back veneers. So a sheet labeled AB will have an A-grade face veneer and a B-grade back veneer. Section 5, Plywood Grades, Deciphering the Labels. Now that you've got a handle on veneer grades, let's dive deeper into the overall grading system for plywood. This system is crucial for selecting the right type of plywood for your specific needs. Understanding these grades will help you choose the right plywood for your project's structural and aesthetic requirements. Whether you're building furniture, constructing a shed, or working on an interior renovation, knowing the grades can make a significant difference. The most common grading system you'll encounter is the Exposure Durability Classification, which uses letters to indicate the plywood's suitability for different environments. This classification helps you determine where and how the plywood can be used effectively. Exterior plywood, as the name suggests, is designed for outdoor use. It's built to withstand the elements and is perfect for projects like outdoor furniture, decks, and other structures exposed to the weather. It's made with waterproof glue and can withstand exposure to moisture, humidity, and temperature changes. This makes it incredibly durable and reliable for exterior applications. Exposure. One plywood is a step down from exterior grade. While it can handle some moisture, it's not as robust as exterior plywood. It can handle some moisture and humidity, making it suitable for interior applications like bathrooms and kitchens where occasional moisture is expected. This type of plywood is versatile for many indoor projects. Interior plywood is your standard choice for most indoor projects. It's ideal for furniture, cabinetry, and other indoor applications where moisture exposure is minimal. It's made with moisture-resistant glue, but not designed for prolonged exposure to water. This ensures that it remains stable and durable for indoor use. You'll also come across plywood graded by its structural strength, typically using a combination of letters and numbers. This grading is essential for load-bearing applications. For example, CDX plywood is a common sheathing grade. It's often used in construction for walls, roofs, and other structural elements where strength and durability are paramount. Section 6. How plywood is made, from veneer to sheet. It's easy to take a sheet of plywood for granted, but have you ever stopped to appreciate the engineering marvel that goes into its creation? The journey begins with logs, which are carefully selected and then peeled into thin sheets of veneer using a giant lathe. These veneer sheets are then dried to remove excess moisture and sorted by quality. Next comes the layering process, where the veneer sheets are stacked with their grain directions alternating. This cross-graining is what gives plywood its strength and stability, preventing it from warping or cracking. Once the layers are stacked, they're bonded together using a strong adhesive, usually a type of phenolic resin. And just like that, a humble log has been transformed into a versatile building material, ready to tackle countless projects. Section 7. 3/4-inch plywood in action. Common woodworking applications. Now that you're well versed in the world of plywood, let's explore some of the most common applications for this workhorse material in woodworking. One of the most popular uses for 3/4-inch plywood is cabinet construction. Its strength and stability make it ideal for building cabinet boxes, shelves, and even cabinet doors. Plus, with a variety of veneers available, you can achieve a beautiful finished look that complements any style. Plywood is also a go-to choice for building furniture. Think bookshelves, tables, desks, and even bed frames. For those looking to tackle DIY projects around the house, 3/4-inch plywood is a versatile ally. It can be used to build storage solutions like built-in shelving units, window seats with hidden storage, or even custom closets. And let's not forget about workshop projects. Plywood is perfect for building workbenches, tool stands, and shop cabinets. Its durability and affordability make it a practical choice for any workshop environment. Section 8. Avoiding plywood pitfalls. Common mistakes and how to steer clear. Working with plywood is generally a straightforward process, but there are a few common mistakes that can trip up even experienced woodworkers. One common mistake is not accounting for the plywood thickness when making cuts. Remember that 3/4-inch measurement will eat into your overall dimensions, so always double-check your measurements and adjust accordingly. Another mistake is using the wrong blade for cutting plywood. A standard circular saw blade can cause tear-out, leaving you with unsightly chips and splinters. Opt for a blade specifically designed for plywood, which will give you a cleaner, smoother cut. When it comes to fastening plywood, pre-drilling is your friend, especially near the edges. Plywood can split easily if you try to drive screws directly into it. Pre-drilling pilot holes will prevent this and ensure a secure hold. Section 9. Tips and tricks for success. Working smarter with plywood. Now that you know what to avoid, let's wrap things up with some insider tips and tricks to help you work smarter, not harder, with plywood. These tips will not only save you time but also ensure that your projects are of the highest quality. Pre-drilling. I know I mentioned it earlier, but it's worth repeating. This simple step can make a world of difference in the durability and appearance of your finished piece. Pre-drilling pilot holes before driving screws, especially near the edges, is crucial for preventing splitting and ensuring a secure hold. This is particularly important when working with thinner plywood, which is more prone to splitting. Edge banding. For a clean, finished look, apply edge banding to conceal the layered edges of your plywood. This not only improves the aesthetics but also adds an extra layer of protection to the edges. Sanding. Always sand your plywood in the direction of the grain. This helps to avoid scratches and ensures a smooth, even surface. Start with a coarser grit sandpaper to remove any imperfections and then gradually work your way up to a finer grit for a smooth, finished surface. This step is essential for achieving a professional look. Finishing plywood can be finished just like solid wood. The right finish can enhance the natural beauty of the wood and provide long-lasting protection. You can paint it, stain it, or apply a clear finish to protect it and enhance its natural beauty. Each option offers a different look and level of protection, so choose the one that best suits your project. Cutting large sheets. When working with large sheets of plywood, it's always best to have a helper on hand. This makes the process safer and more manageable. Happy woodworking!